Hey everybody, it's Caesar over here on Caesar and Nessie, and today we're going to be making some milanesa. So everybody, is staying at home. Everybody is practicing social distancing. Honestly, Nessie and I have both been kind of doing the same thing, but it's kind of our normal routine. We don't go out as much. We go to work, we go home, we cook, we eat, we pack our food for the next day, and we repeat. And when the weekend comes along, we tend to spend time together. So, not too much has changed for us. But what we do want to do is share some of the things that we do and provide, some positive content for everybody during these times. So one thing I want to do for everybody today is show you how we make our milanesas here at home. So if you guys are interested on how to make some delicious milanesas, stay tuned, in other words. And also, before anything else, we are trying to grow this channel. We are trying to get more people to check us out. There's a lot of things that we want to do and share with everybody. So it does help if you do like and if you subscribe to this channel. And if you see me doing anything that could be done better, if your abuela made the milanesa a certain way, your mom, maybe your dad was the better cook and he had a certain way, something special that he'd add to it to make it good, tell us in the comments below, okay? I'm not saying that this is the only way to make a milanesa, it's just the way that we make our milanesas. So without any further ado, we're gonna start. And with any good recipe, you always start with garlic. So of course you're gonna wanna grab yourself a little cutting board, some fresh garlic. We like using fresh garlic. A lot of people, listen, I'm not gonna hate on anybody after using the pre-minced garlic or anything like that, but honestly, fresh garlic is the way to go. If all you have is already the pre-minced stuff, then whatever. So here's a little thing on how we do the garlic, or how I do it. You cut the little end off first, okay? And you literally just smash the garlic with the blade. Makes it very easy to peel. So now the peel just kind of comes right off like that, see? So you could do that. And there you have your little garlic. As always, it helps to try to keep clean as possible. So, clean working environment, it makes for a good cooking environment in any rate. So now I got my garlic all peeled. I'm gonna go ahead and dice it, or mince it really. Now let me show you guys a little trick. On this milanesa, what helps is to have the garlic get on most of the meat as much as possible. So what I'm actually gonna do is crush this garlic down with some salt, and it's gonna kind of puree it, and it's gonna help me get it around all the milanesa. So this is how you do it. You grab some salt to your preference. We like to use Himalayan salt. Put it on the garlic. You can use a spoon or a knife, and what you're gonna do is press down on the garlic, okay? The salt is gonna help smash that garlic, and it also kind of helps make it stick together. You can further cut it more. So here's the garlic, nice and mashed, okay? And it already has salt in it, so just be mindful in the recipe to not be adding salt in every stage, okay? So there's the spots where we add salt, and there's spots that we don't. Because I did the salt with the garlic, I'm gonna take salt from the egg mix that I'm gonna do right now. What we like to use is a very shallow bowl, kind of like this one, and that's where we're gonna mix our eggs. Personally, I use a fork to mix, when I'm doing my mixing. I know some of you guys have mixers or an actual mixing utensil. Forks for me have always done it. Now, normally, if I had just done the normal garlic, I add salt and pepper. But since I added the salt in the garlic already, I'm not gonna be adding any salt. I'm not gonna be adding any salt with the eggs, just the the fine black pepper. So this is what we use. We get it from Costco. As you can tell, we use a lot of it. There we go. Not too much, just a little even coat over it. Poke the yolks and start beating your eggs. Now for the meat. So this is what we got. We actually got this at one of the local small stores. We didn't go to H-E-B, we didn't go to Costco to get this. We're trying to support local business, so I would encourage everybody to do the same. A good size for a milanesa is about this big, okay? Any bigger becomes a little more difficult to handle and you know, to put in our mixing plates and stuff like that. So this is what we like to use. If you have anything that's a little too big, just pre-cut them. So you kind of have to plan out a little bit before you just start doing it all. So add the garlic, add salt, but since you know my garlic already had salt, I'm not going to do that. And add your pepper. Okay, and then we're going to mix it all. Now, one thing you want to do is, as you're mixing it, you do want to open them up and allow all the sides to get garlic and pepper and salt. Don't just mix it, because if a piece of meat stays salt folded up, it's not going to get seasoned properly. And overall, this is what you should get. Okay? Nice beautiful piece of meat with garlic, salt, and pepper on it. Nothing too heavy, okay? You don't want to overtake the taste of the actual beef away. Okay, now that we have that ready, we're gonna get our panko flakes. So here's where we start setting up our little workstation. Actually, what I'm gonna start doing right now is heating up the pan with the oil. Now, over here, we have our olive oil and we have our canola oil. For milanesa, to get the right flavor, we like to use the canola oil. We almost exclusively do cook with olive oil. It does make for crispier stuff, like if we're making homemade tortilla chips for like a chicken tortilla soup. The olive oil does a really good job, but it doesn't. The flavor that you want in certain dishes doesn't stay the same. So for this instance, canola oil is what we're going to be using. We're gonna go with a high flame right now. We'll start warming up the oil. In the meantime, getting our panko breadcrumbs, or in this case we're using Progresso. So you're going to take one of the milanesas and you're going to get it, put it in the egg batter mix. Make sure it's evenly covered, okay? And this is going to be your messiest part of the whole process, okay? But there's a good coverage. Now we're going to put that in the breadcrumbs. Make sure it's evenly covered. Make sure it's all unfolded. Okay, and that's that's gonna be ready right there. Now let me check on our pan. Once the oil walks the pan pretty easy, looks like it runs like water, that should be a good indicator that the oil is ready. One thing you could do is just grab a little bit of the breadcrumbs and see if it starts to kind of cook. That's a good indication also. All right, so now we're cooking. We're gonna let that sit in there. It doesn't take too long, okay? Getting the right temperature is easy. One thing is just don't burn your oil, okay? Because if you have it too hot initially, it's gonna just burn the outside and it's just not good. The inside isn't gonna be fully cooked. However, I mean, these are very thin steaks. So it doesn't really take much to burn the whole thing either. A good set of tongs, always good to have. While that's doing its thing, I'm gonna add a little bit more breadcrumbs over here and get the next piece ready. All right, let's check on our steak, on our milanesa. That looks good. Okay. Get that oil on there. That's a good looking milanesa. So I'm going to lower the heat just a little bit. So that's what we're shooting for. A little bit of crispiness, even the golden brown throughout. And again, these are very thin steaks. The milanesa isn't cut super thick, so it doesn't need a lot of time. But you do want it hot enough to get that golden color on the breading. See that? So now here, it's where we're kind of gauging our temperature. I'm leaving a little bit too much black on there, so that means my temperature was a little too high, okay? So I've adjusted my temperature, brought it down a little bit, and moving forward, I should be fine-tuning the temperature I need for these milanesas. See that right there, guys? It's beautiful. Add a little bit of oil. And one more time. Okay. Well, everybody, just like that. Doesn't take long. It's very easy to do. Very few ingredients. Milanesa steaks you can get pretty much anywhere. And in just that short amount of time, you can make a heaping pile of delicious meat that can pair with a lot of different things. Rice, beans, you could put it in sandwiches. I'm actually personally gonna make myself a Milanesa sandwich right now. So that's what I had in mind. Nessie, she likes to use her home molcajete. You see it right over there in the corner, and she makes fresh salsas, right? So anything is possible with these milanesas. They're delicious, and just as you saw, they're very easy. If I can do it, believe me, you can do it too. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this. Hopefully it gives you some ideas of what else to make since we're spending so much more time at home. Again, Nessie and I, we cook all the time. So we're gonna start sharing a little bit more of the things that we make here at home. None of the secret family recipes, but some of the delicious stuff nonetheless that we like to cook on a daily basis. So with all that said and done, I hope you enjoyed watching and that you guys go ahead and make some delicious milanesas. Thank you. Bye.